it. Good or bad this game? Very good, huh?
That's not a very good. He just slowly nodded.
Tide Hunter, don't bias him. Tide Hunter carry. Oh, he likes that.
Yeah, he was the one saying offlaners in the carry.
Yeah.
Weaver with the XP facet.
That was an actual genuine laugh from him.
All right, Owen, what do you make of this?
I mean, I think it's a lot of fun that we're kind of seeing these kind of beefy cores that we didn't always see. Like the Night Stalk's now the Tide Hunter. You know, I feel like it's been a while since I've casted a Tide Hunter, so I'm looking forward to see what Sableye can do with it. It's a very watch because it's one of those ones that's very obvious when you hit your ult or when you don't hit your ult.
It's gonna be fun. I've not played Tide Hunter in a very long time, guys. I'm just gonna enjoy seeing how Sableye plays Tide Hunter this game, and I think everybody is gonna enjoy that. But first, we're gonna enjoy some PogChamp Panda.
Shocking. It was your own damn fault.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, time to get into the action here. Liquid versus Betboom team. Game 1 of the best of 3s as we start this group stage 2. All very exciting to see. I'm ready, Pixel. Here with Gunner. Gunner, what do you make of this? What are we getting to see here today, and what direction are we shifting in already in these early days of this new patch?
It's already looking a bit about the early game fighting and the Tormentor. Honestly, both teams, so they have minus armor. They have a lot of spells to be cast in this early game. I think the game is going to start speeding up a lot compared to the last patch. I would be surprised if it was even like the average time went down 10 minutes.
Sure.
So like 25.
I think
it's 25 to 30 minutes might be more of a standard game now. I think it's fun. I really like the fast early games. There's a lot of micro you have to do in terms of where you move, what you're doing, what heroes you bring.
See him. Okay. Gotta respect the fact that Miro is doing quite a bit of damage to him. Save can get back in as well, maybe. Boxy's going to come over to help out. Who's going to get the first blood first? It's all the body blocks from Boxy. And Mickey's going to get the space to run. So Boxy gets the first blood. Mickey turns, stands his ground, gets a punch in, survives. Double kill for Boxy as he came over to join the boys just in time there. Cute little body blocks and getting the last touch on both the kills, Gunner. What a start for him.
Yeah, it looked bad. So the new Night Stalker facets, you actually had to point in passive for free, and it still wasn't enough. I actually thought that would be the big difference, but Boxy shows up last second and double kill. Double kills have mattered so much in the lanes. I think a lot of the time we see a first blood happen and their lane wins for free. This lane top, I don't know about if it'll actually matter. Tide versus T is pretty hard.
Yeah.
When they're on enemy teams, they don't really give you everything.
Sure, yeah,
we're on the same team, but
because what Sableye just wants to make these kind of pulls, right? Doesn't want to actually play the lane.
Yeah. Nice thing they did was he basically gave up the entire first wave for Boxy to catch. Boxy's level 2 instantly, and they got the full wave, so it's going to end up being pretty even for the next minute or two. In the mid lane, we got the Earthshaker versus Ember, which
it should be. I mean, I feel like there's still one right where the Shaker should come out on top.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to get the more denies. Sure, the Ember's going to harass you a little bit, but
you just got to get revenge. He counterpicked Ember yesterday, got solo killed. Now he's the Ember who's counterpicked, so he's got some stuff to prove. The worst as a mid that can happen is you pick a counterpick matchup and then you lose it, and then you play the other side of the matchup, and then you lose that one too. So obviously it's Shaker, which I think is a better hero than Starter in terms of like stability, but I think, you know, he'll do better.
So far on the side lanes, Mickey doing complete free farm down here. Very easy start.
I'm pretty interested in why Tiny's getting more popular as a carry since the patch. I think.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday. It was getting banned quite a bit as well, right, in the first phases.
I'd say it might be because, so there's a couple things. First off, you obviously get to cast your spells kind of independently, and they still do the full damage. What's better for right-clicking Tinies. And also, I think the change to the slow resistance helps him. Because basically the new patch, they made it so slow resistance also increases your slowest speed you can possibly be. So if you normally you go slow down to 100 movement speed, right? If they have maximum slows.
Sure.
But if you have 50% slow resistance, for example, the slowest you can get is 150. So maybe a bit of helping with that because it buffs the fastest that carry tinies go. Also, he's an early game fighter. He gets his nukes really early, gets really tanky, can fight easily. So there's a couple of good things about him in the current meta.
And talk to me about the rise of Mirana, because this is also a hero, right? On this new patch, we're seeing a lot of teams again on their drafts already.
I think it's mostly that she scales a lot better now, and her Q is stronger in the lane. It used to do, I think, 50% more damage, or 50% damage on the Starstorm. So now the second one does 100% damage. So just trading in the early game is a lot better. She nukes really hard. And even her shard lets her scale to right click her late game. So her talents are a lot better. The biggest thing is she's not, she doesn't have the team scaling with the solar flare, which I kind of miss. I thought that was a really cool spell.
Save. Coming with the gang con towards Nisha. See if the two of them could take him down. Fisher into another enchant totem. GPK's got the kill. Save coming in clutch. A +1 assist. Indeed, GPK will recognize that. Sends out his bro a tip.
It's close to Nisha getting the water in. I don't know if it would have mattered if he picked it up with that swipe, but wasn't able to get it off. I think also for going back to Mirana, the blind is really good. Basically, when you Q now, the guy who gets hit by the second Starstorm.
Oh!
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Blind doesn't work if you're silenced.
Insane, he just gets completely destroyed there. He was just chilling in the trees, maybe reading his abilities, and then just dead. On the other side of the map, struggles continue for Saberlight. I mean, you said it yourself, right? This is not a fun place for the Tide to end up laning into. He's only got the 9 CS so far. Not an easy start for him.
Yeah, Tide versus Jakiro. Honestly, Tide in general versus stuff that could get dispelled. In theory, it's really good, right? But Jakiro's gonna press all his like damage over time, and then your Kraken Shell, or your innate ability rather, will proc, and it'll purge all the debuffs. But in reality, when you think about it, you have to take 450 damage for it to proc. So by that point, you're already half health. So it ends up mattering. That innate's better for the mid game, effectively.
Yeah, because looking at the Tide Hunter changes, well, there's just a bit of a buff to Krillita in that it doesn't reduce your base strength. Which he doesn't even have this game, right? He went for the other one.
He went for the Kraken Shell one,
And the base Kraken Shell one now has that extra bit of block value against creeps, right? Or it has this whole kind of thing where you activate it and you're able to then double the block amount, the cost of 40%
so
it's
speed. A bit worse versus creeps now.
Yeah.
In general, it's half values. But if you activate it, it's double values for everything. So it goes back to normal values for creeps and double for heroes.
So it's just better in the midst of a team fight.
It's better, yeah. And honestly, creeps don't do that much damage.
Yeah.
So even if you get a second point in it, it's going to make you take 0 damage from creeps anyway.
So how significant is this as a buff? Would you say as a change?
Oof.
My goodness, nearly died to the creeps there.
Yeah. I'm not really sure. It seems like a lot, realistically. Even without taking into account the facet, when you activate it, it's 150 damage block. So it should be really hard to kill Tide in this mid game. It's just I don't know how much that matters.
Sure, and is it long? Because it's what, just 4 seconds, right?
It's only 4 seconds.
4
it also
seconds.
slows you. And then I want to say most of the time, Tide's. Oh, let's see.
There you go. He's activated it.
He's so slow. Oh, he's okay.
Especially kind of at the early pushes, right? Or first half of the game. It's going to be 4 seconds of kind of invulnerability against any sort of right clicks.
I think the biggest question is a lot of the time Tides are dying.
Yeah.
They're going to die no matter the damage block, whether it's to nukes or infinite damage.
Yeah, Boxy's not going to be able to stick around and try and get that wisdom, has to run, and the blood grenade will do it. It's out.
It is interesting though. I never really thought of this facet reading the change. Just the active.
A slow start for Saberlight. It's going to take time. Mid lane matchup continues to favor that of Bet Booms. So you can see it's just Mikke really that's having the free time out of the cores of Liquid. Being very easy. Safe lane should be on track to a quick Echo Saber.
Yeah, Tiny's a very solid safe lane. Usually you don't really you don't necessarily always stomp the lane. I would say he's stomping the lane, but you pick it and it's a tanky hero. And usually the tanky heroes always have some 50-50 lane that they're happy with the outcome. Ooh, that was close.
They can try and kill save here, maybe. They've got the backup of Katomi. Ice pass out. Boxy's able to get away. Nisha stepping up. By the enchant totem. He's got plenty of one charges. Back up to full HP. Still considering if he can get back in on this.
It's Echo on the way. Okay.
Flame guard up. I mean, Katomi is around, so GPK sees a chance for a play. He's a little low on mana. He's got the 9-1 charges. He'll start claritying up in preparation for an upcoming move.
Jakiro Facet's so good, where you get basically 2 ice paths. You get to use it once, and then you can activate the spell again, and it basically pops the ice path and stuns and does damage to everything again. So just giving, it basically means the stun is longer against these embers, and or you can time it right to cancel TPs, stuff like that. I think it's a really interesting set.
See this here, top lane. Liquid, they brought 4 heroes in trying to look for Pure, but Pure, well aware, already out of there, catches them on the vision. And we'll make sure the Liquid, they might find the tower, but they're not going to find any kills, bringing the 4 heroes top.
Ooh, so something interesting. I think Tormentor is going to be top at 15 because of the Night Stalker.
Is that how it works, right?
I believe so.
That's
It's tied to the day-night cycle. So this tower taking by Liquid actually benefits them a lot due to the fact that they now are going to have Tormentor control, so to say. Which is what? First Tormentor's an 80% win rate so far in the tournament? Pretty good.
Yeah, yesterday, indeed, it did do very well for the teams that prioritized it. And I mean, we're absolutely going to see that here. Yeah, 15 minutes in, both teams 5-man at the Tormentor. It's going to happen. And then I guess the question is, because at the moment, overall, obviously the net gain of both teams is pretty equal. Who would you favor at that point in 5 minutes time when you look at these two lineups?
Probably Liquid. Probably Liquid.
We're just around the Ravage.
Yeah, the Ravage. Tiny, I think, is a stronger carry than TA at that point.
Yep.
TA does a lot of damage, but she doesn't really have mobility or any big items. It's going to be a Dragonlance and maybe a Deso if he's really farmed. Probably not. And
I mean, they will have the blink timing on GPK. GPK is going to have his blink for the play at 15 minutes around the Tormentor.
You are too slow.
It's just a concern, right? You go in, maybe you go on the Tide, but then he gets his proc, he uses Ravage on you, get arrowed, you just die.
Look at Dyer's bottom tower.
It's not, I would say both teams pick strong fighting heroes. It's not really clear. It's going to be a lot of how they play it out. Also, now the fact that it's going to be day means Night Stalker needs ult. So there's all this meta game of now, maybe if you force Night Stalker ult at this 14-minute mark, they can't fight Tormentor because it's completely daytime. I think it's really interesting to just think about all the mechanics of the gameplay.
They're going to get straight in. Nisha with the aggressive dive, jumps over towards Katomi. TPs are coming in for Bet Boom.
Another slide in one.
And Katomi is going to get the chance to walk away. There's the follow-up slide to finish him off. Here's the turn up from Bet Boom to try and get some kills in return. Saberlight standing strong underneath the tower. Not enough damage to kind of go through him. They'll turn attention over towards the Ember, but the Ravage holds them back. Gives Nisha the chance to survive. Nisha is ready to turn. Slight change back onto Miro. Miro caught as well by the Avalanche. Boxy trying to finish off the kill. Boxy. Oh, not going to quite have enough damage to finish him. So Miro does survive. Boxy opts for the TP out. He'll get away. Now, as it is, everybody escapes there.
Yep, no one died.
Yep, Saberlight having to sort of save the day there with the Ravage. Maybe they'll get saved. Nope, Fisher's up. GPK holds back. Mickey, the Avalanche. That'll do it. So a kill to be had at the end of it all. Good moves and good reaction there from Liquid and Saberlight to make sure that Nisha doesn't die. Because without that Ravage, Nisha almost certainly was going to be dead.
Yeah, and even Miro almost goes down. I thought he was dead when he walked into Boxy at the end.
If you're looking for Radiant's bottom tower,
really close fight. It was also just slightly before GPK's blink. Maybe things go differently if he's able to blink on the Ember, follow up.
Dyer's middle tower is under
I wouldn't say that favors anyone in particular. A lot of these fights, when everyone walks away, both teams walk away from the fight going, okay, it's fine, guys. We didn't die. And pressure spells. The bigger spells were pressed was Ravage, I would say, because Echo wasn't used. The Night Stalker roll doesn't matter too much, especially during the nighttime. The Liquid's, you know, if you want to have a loser, it would be Liquid.
Mira has these 3 heroes of Liquid looking at him. Can these 3 heroes kill him? He's pretty tanky.
Easily.
It's enough.
If he gets Avalanche into... Well, not if they miss Arrow.
Oh.
Okay.
Never mind. They try, but I guess as it was, Mickey's not quite close enough to be able to set up with an Avalanche, so Insania feels like he just has to shoot his shot.
Yep. Now Betboom's all over here.
They're turning up. Dave getting the info. GPK just going to jump in open with the Echo Slam. Macropie to follow. They want to drop everything onto Mickey, and it's a good job well done as Mickey falls. Liquid, they've turned up to try and fight back, but of course, no Ravage still for 30 seconds. Saberlight trying to stay on top of GPK. Niche is ready to join in with the Remnants. Closes the gap on a GPK. GPK will be able to pick up another kill with Enchant Tome, but he does end up dying. Betboom, though, overall still ready to push on strong. Turn towards Saberlight. Mirror turns into nighttime. They'll get in on top of the Tidehunter. Saberlight to fall. Betboom, they got enough in the tank to maybe even go for more. Niche and Insania, the last 2 left underneath tier 1. Looks like Betboom will hold back. So this time round, a clear winner at the fight for Betboom.
That's a bit scary to dive into the Ember Arcane Rune. That's a pretty big win for Betboom team. The only negative is that they had to use... they had to bring 5 heroes, but... Oh no, not if Nisha dies here.
Yeah, Mira. Got the silence. Pierce got the damage. Just down in time. Silence not quite lasting long enough. The TP, won't find him. It's coming close, though, to that dangerous time. The 15 minutes. We'll see which team's going to be set up better for that Tormentor.
The result of that fight actually is that no Night Stalker roll, no Echo Slam.
It's true.
But there's a Ravage. So Liquid actually, if they choose to do a Tormentor or even the tier 1 fight in Tormentor, they're at the advantage with the cooldowns. I think we're also noticing a lot of Vlads. So Saberlight on the Tide is going for Vlads. I feel like part of this is also specifically for Tormentor. Giving your team an aura, letting you guys fight and group up around this 15-minute timing. All right, it's go time.
So we got it on the bottom side here. Liquid. Well, they're going for the twin gate, so they don't want to try and set up something. They want to try and get the kill first. Top. Save. It's found. Oh, jump at GPK. He's going to get the burst onto Boxy. It's not enough to kill him. Boxy's able to get the time lapse off. They're just able to turn and kill GPK after what was a very ambitious jump forward, which even if it worked out, would have only got him a Weaver kill. He went for it.
And he would have died.
Yeah, he went all out for that. I mean, they were not respecting the Tormentor time because now there's 2 heroes dead. Liquid, they could easily get this 15-minute Tormentor without any contest whatsoever.
Look at this gold. So they're down 2k gold right now. Instantly, it's even. Just all of this network lead is gone.
We'll see this again. GPK, he really felt that this was his time.
It looked a bit... He didn't even have Echo, actually.
No, Echo wasn't up. Which is probably a good thing. I don't even... Do you want to drop the Echo just to kill this Weaver in the midst of the 5-man of Liquid? We'll get the Weaver back in the real time down on the bottom.
Jax thinks Radiant's bottom tower.
Back on with the push, but yeah, Liquid will be the ones, as we saw, getting that first Tormentor.
And Shard went to Insania. Not the best, I would say.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Again, it's basically just a crit. Well, he's critting right now in Katayomi. No way.
Is he going to die for this?
Dude. The frog neutral.
He get ravaged.
He got ravaged in the Macropire. Frog neutrals are scary.
Right. His eyes on Mickey. The backup's coming in from Miro and Pure. TP's coming over from Liquid, trying to see if they can get Mickey out of it safely, but Miro's able to stay in on top of the target. The Ghost will slow Miro down. Mickey able to turn with the Avalanche. Mickey's able to walk away. Jump forward for GPK. That's a beautiful echo onto the 2 of them. Easy kill to take down Boxy. Can they get stabilized well? Still too tanky, and backup TP's coming in for Liquid. Won't be able to finish off the second kill off the back of that echo. Just the one.
These are good though for a Betboom team. They can constantly forcing back TPs, forcing out just rotations, and still getting the kills and getting out. Right? They're getting literally everything they want. Usually you make those plays and you're completely fine forcing TPs, but they're getting more. They're getting spells, they're getting TPs, they're getting kills.
And Pure's just massive.
Already back to 3k gold. So we talked about the Tormentor. It was a 2k gold swing, and then now it's back to already 3K for BetBoom team.
They have to find this TA. Pure is farming at an insane pace. Is pretty much going to have this blink, Dragon Lance, Deso timing like 18 minutes in.
Oh,
this is
just barely dodges them.
Dire structures are fortified.
Their smoke just barely doesn't clip him.
Middle tower full?
The tier 1 mid,
Radiant's
Liquid.
bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle
The
tower is
definite
under
problems lie within finding and
Dire's
killing the
middle tower doesn't
TA.
last long.
Something that's not going to be easy to
Dire
do.
don't
You know,
look too
Pure yet to
scared of
die this game.
Radiant's top tower.
Moves have been pretty perfect. They've got the blink dagger now on Saberlight, so they can look to try and set up once more. Look
Is
to
Dire
hunt
going to
for
get
these
that
aggressive
middle tower
moves.
full? Dire's courier has been killed.
Both teams have all of their spells in about 30 seconds. I think Liquid used their smoke. They missed it. It's now basically a question of pushing out lanes effectively for Liquid and not getting caught and trying to find your opportunity. For the most part, they're more of a poke team. You want to like slight change into a Moron arrow. Maybe Tiny goes in, uses his spells, runs out. Their only commitment is going to be Saberlight with a Ravage. And you usually can't just Ravage casually.
You get the quick grabs like this, the chains into the arrow combo.
Really simple. I just feel like BetBoom team doesn't care about anything Liquid's doing to some extent.
I think Pure's chilling.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you know, you can kill save. It's okay. You can kind of push in the lanes to us. We'll collect them. But they know that their draft is way more casual in terms of how they can group and kill heroes. It's like Night Stalker +1 will kill a hero. Earthshaker +1 will kill a hero. Even the bounty can set up all the time. Maybe a TA is there to hit. So I just think that they feel a bit more casual in a good way, and that they can get away with splitting up a bit. Usually when the team has easier execution kills, it means that they get to farm more, which is kind of, I think, being reflected in this the gold lead that BetBoom team is, because they can feign kill threat all the time by staying off the map as much as possible, whereas Liquid doesn't really have this kill threat by staying off the map.
Liquid gonna try again to try and find a fight around the Ravage from Saberlight. You mirror at the front of it all. Go in. Silence is gonna come out. Saberlight trying to keep out of the range of the silence.
He does have Ravage.
There it comes. Onto the three of them. Do they have the damage to follow up? They'll look towards Mirror. GPK jumps to backlines, immediately blows up Insane with the Echo Slam. That's the back of a catch home his damage as well from the Macropire. Mickey's trying to stand his ground and fight through it and will succeed in taking GPK down. Can now turn towards Kataomi. Liquid, they'll get the cleanup. Double kill for Mickey. They take 3. They only lose the 1.
Fight. Mickey shows up. He's starting to feel really strong. He just kind of started slapping GPK. He took no damage from anything. And Saberlight lives. The new Kraken shell. OP.
Gave him more than enough chance to just withstand the damage being taken during the silence. Get the full opportunity to get that Ravage off Boxy. He's been found. We'll be able to catch him, but he got his job done. Was able to steal the Shrine of Wisdom.
Oh, and there goes Dire's bottom tower.
McKay off the back of that fight, getting those couple of kills, closing that gap between him and Pure. With very similar stages of their progression now in the carries.
The biggest difference is I think Mickey's going to hit a timing maybe in 5 minutes where he's kind of peaking. Maybe this next item, and he'll never die to BetBoom teams. Probably if he goes a BKB or just a Chrysalis, he'll do too much damage. Whereas I think in 2-3 items, when Pure's getting this like 5-6 slots, that's when Pure will kill everything off cooldown. Honestly, if the Saberlight, the new Kraken shells, lets Saberlight survive Pure hitting him,
yeah,
I think that it's gonna get easier and easier for Liquid to play the game. Already right now, it's 200 damage block when you activate this spell. It's kind of absurd. Every time you get hit, you take 200 less damage.
Radiants are scanning for enemies.
They have a mirror.
Very deep.
It is. They did have the numbers, but you're going underneath the tier 2, and Liquid have the potential to respond. Of course, Liquid don't quite have the Ravage back up, but it's coming soon. Less than 20 seconds until Saberlight's going to have Ravage again. Obviously, when that's up, it becomes very difficult for BetBoom to try and make these aggressive plays.
I was like, so Insania was kind of bought around Mickey, and he literally TP'd out as Mickey was getting gone on, knowing how unrealistic it was for him to actually die.
Liquid. We're into the Roshan. It has been spotted out with the scan. Betboom's heading over.
Hard fight.
Finding the Ravage. And Mickey's tiny.
Arcaner and Ember as well.
Let's see if they can do it here, Betboom. They're going to get approached first here as the Fisher comes out. GPK doesn't quite get the follow-up lockdown. Liquid are able to step back. Okay. Under the cover of the Moonlight Shadow, not able to get the Avalanche toss-back potential onto Miro, but just watching and waiting. Saberlight's going to be ready with the reaction if Betboom do try and make a move into this. Betboom, they know themselves how careful they have to be about going for the fight, even if they do. I mean, at the most, they can just try and hope to hold Liquid back away from the Roshan. Pure did consider trying to take it down amidst all this chaos, but not really possible to do. So they pushed him out of it, but now it's kind of like, now what do Betboom do?
I think you might have to give it up.
But like, getting anchored down onto Miro. And the launch as well from Mickey. Captain lays down the Macropie. Arrow connection hits onto Miro. They're going to try and burst through the Night Stalk first. They'll get him. GPK in with the Echo Slam. Burst for Insania, but he's not able to get the follow-up damage on towards him. Insania survives. Liquid, they can chase GPK now out of the fight. Jumps over with the Aghanim as Enchant Totem, but it won't get him away from Mickey. Double as he gets the killing spree. The Arrow not going to catch onto Pure, so TP out will save him, but Save cannot save himself as the leash is there from Saberlight. Liquid, they take the fight. I mean, this... you could almost feel that Betboom knew that this was inevitable, right? They really did just push Liquid out of the pit, and then they were kind of like, well, now what do we do? Because we don't really want to fight into this.
It was also the Night Stalker roll. So they committed their one big cooldown to get vision, and Liquid walks away. They sit on the high ground and just kind of know Betboom team doesn't want to take a fight inside the pit. And good movement.
Liquid, I mean, especially now that they have the Sages, they're going to be on track to go for that next Tormentor really easily, right?
So if Liquid get it, that's 2 Tormentors.
Yep.
That's 160% chance to win the game.
It's that's how the numbers work. Betboom definitely got a challenge on their hands here. Sure, the numbers are close in the middle, but as you say, the stats, they don't lie.
They do not.
And did Betboom even think about contesting that Tormentor when Liquid's going to go for it within the next minute when it comes up?
Honestly, the second Tormentor is not as big as the first one.
Sure, won't have much of a swing on the game.
Just because this 2 to 3k gold lead, it gets less and less important. I also think, realistically, the supports of Liquid just had bad shards.
Yeah.
So the power spec that they got from it was not the same, whereas even Betboom team, I think their shards are a lot better.
Pure will be a bit better set to turn up to the fights now. How's his BKB online?
Yeah. He can't hit Tidehunter. He has to focus a different hero. It just feels really awkward, I would say, from if you think of the game from Pure's perspective. Because Tidehunter, I don't think actually will die to him.
He's looking pretty invincible this game, Saberlight, in these team fights. It really is.
Mickey also probably is not going to die, and even if he does die as an Aegis.
That was close. I mean, they'll still get him under the sentry, so they'll get the kill. I think that dust must have been just on the edge, didn't quite clip him.
Yep.
The job's still a good one. They get the kill.
So at this point, you're telling Pure to kill Insania or Boxy, or maybe Nisha, but even Nisha's tanky. Is this Sanjay and Yasha? Gonna go, what's it called, Shivas? It is a hard game for Pure. Tormentor. 4K gold lead. All right. Liquid's ahead.
I mean, how do Betboom go around a good team fight? Who are you looking to go in first? Is it still GPK or is it Miro? Who's starting the fight in an ideal situation?
It should be Miro.
Yeah. And then what GPK is just got to kind of sit back, look for them to be baited in, and find at least like a 2-3 man echo.
Yeah. He either needs to kill the supports during the fight, just kind of 2 enchant totems on a Mirana and a Weaver will kill them, or you play a follow-up stun and let your TA actually get hits off.
Saberlight. They open onto Pure.
Look at the damage she does. It's so low.
Just has to be KB TP. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to kill this Tidehunter.
Yeah.
He's looking pretty unkillable.
He's back.
He is. About time as well. I feel like it's been a while since Tidehunter's been at the top.
I think it's a fun hero.
Mid. Okay. He's looking in under the tower for Save. TPs are coming in, but Save should tick down. And maybe they could try and take the Aegis out of Mickey's hands. They can. Can they do it a second time? Setting up around him. Gonna give it a bit of an effort, but backup's in from Liquid. They jump in, they'll drop the Echo, they'll get the kill. They'll bring down Mickey. Can they get anything more? Nisha is almost ready to start fighting back there as GPK ends up falling very low to the Sleight of Fist. What?
No
Saberlight just goes in. He's able to get the Ravage onto the three of them. He's going to try and find GPK at the back, but GPK will keep his distance just enough. I mean, he went for it with that Ravage, and I tell you what, he gets the kill. It's a job well done from Saberlight. He will die, but he'll definitely tell you that was worth as he just jumped into the three of them, walks up and kills off the mid. The fight, it ain't over yet. Chains into Arrow. They get the catch on the Katahomi. Nisha, he's thinking about diving in for more. Got the vision here for Save. Doesn't look like they have. Save and Pure, they actually want to try and turn over towards Boxy. Pure, still very, very strong. Looking for those side blades. Not enough to get Boxy. Arrow. Gonna be dodged. But boom, they're continuing this chase here. Pure looks for Insania, and he'll get it. Pure cleaning up some kills. I mean, Insania's they could go for the TP out here on Nisha, but the stun's there. They could kill him as well.
He's no mana. He's missing. Okay.
All right, Pure fixing up the end of that team fight there for Boom.
It looks bad, I think, for Boom at the very start. They kind of are able to kite out. They kill Mickey at the start, which was super good, but then Saberlight goes in. He barely dies at the end, kills GPK, and I think Liquid stayed around just a bit too long.
I guess that is the question. Was it actually worth for Saberlight to just YOLO in under the tier 2 and Ravage?
No, probably not.
No.
If he was able to do it while Mickey was alive,
sure,
and protect Mickey, but I think
at that point of the fight, you back up, regroup, go again with the Ravage.
It's okay if you tell your team, hey guys, I'm doing this alone. And I think Liquid honestly was out of the fight completely, but then when they saw the Jakiro, they turned to commit to the fight again a second time. And usually these recommitments are they make and break team fights. They're illusion. I don't want to say min-maxy, but there's a lot of times you'll do these fights and then after you'll think to yourself, huh, we could have done absolutely nothing and had a better time. I didn't know what he was gonna do there. I was excited.
They're setting up around the mid. Sure. Into the Echo. They're trying to keep him chain stunned into the silence. They're bringing in the damage from Pure, but Nisha's able to jump out in time.
Trap.
Last bit of damage following up. Oh, there it is. You'd love to see them. The cute little side trap plays. Pure's got them.
That's a massive kill. Especially getting him just like that. We did say Pure when he gets his, 4th, 5th item.
And we've got there.
He's there.
Daedalus online. And Pure's definitely the key threat that Liquid need to identify and eliminate. As we've seen, it doesn't matter if they're killing the other cores. High chance Pure will clean up a team fight.
Shadows take us.
Actually, with his Nemesis curse, so he does even more damage to the heroes he's hitting. Liquid looks like they want to catch, but Saberlight's tracked. They're not going to go. Mickey went Revenant's Brooch on the Tiny, which I think is cool. I think it was you. We were talking about it, right? Did you say
Maybe.
Tiny?
Yeah.
It looks interesting. It's kind of like a crit nowadays, but of magic damage. So it kind of splits your damage between physical and magic.
Saberlight.
They don't be safe.
Doesn't want to blow his Ravage straight away. I mean, is it getting to the point where if Saberlight and Mickey are in position, is it worth them just blink ravaging the TA and going all out and Pure? Or do you not
100%.
you do. You think you blow everything on this TA in the middle of the team fight and you can kill
dies,
yeah,
the fight is over, I think. At most, GPK is going to get 1 kill. Miro maybe will get 1 kill, but then that's 2, right? There's still 3 more remaining.
And Boxy. Caught off to the side. I mean, Liquid, I don't know if they want to fight into this now. They're a man down.
Probably not, especially with the Night Stalker roll running.
The 4 Shivas on Nisha now.
There's a gem on Miro that sees Nisha's inventory. I don't think they dive this though.
It's empty.
They have to know that there's a Saberlight.
Captured in the flame.
Jump forward. Liquid still being a bit cautious about how they fight back with the fact that they don't have Boxy.
He's wrong.
Scary.
Both teams poking at one another. Mickey's going to get the drag with the harpoon. There's the Ravage. It's out onto pretty much the four of them. GPK's having to get the BKB off and jump in. The Ravage was enough time to them kill off both supports, and now they can chase for the cause. GPK gets caught. A good, clean Ravage there from Saberlight. Opens up the fight for Liquid to take.
I think they stuck around way too long. They have to know that Liquid's not going to be anywhere else.
They're chasing across the map. They might even find a chance for Mira as well. Slide chains off the mark there. Nisha not quite able to get the grab. They're going to try and get some pressure onto this top tower though. Mickey's in.
There's no BKB for Pure if he gets caught randomly.
Dire structures are for the temple.
3 heroes down on Bet Boom. See how much damage Liquid is going to be able to do with this. The tier 3 starting to fall. The fortification's out.
He can die to his slight chains if he's not careful.
Dire's top tower.
He's going to be careful. He's going to be careful. Surely. Yeah, he's being careful. They're letting the top racks go. Liquid. Take the first set of barracks here.
All right. I think that's all just on Betboom, honestly. Liquid just kind of sat there around the
They're like, you wanna have some? We'll give it you. They did.
All right, Roshan has 1 minute to spawn, minute 20. Ravage will be up, which is again, that's Liquid's only cooldown. It's just Ravage, so everything's ready.
They get the jump on Anisha. Force to the side, they're trying to get Nisha out of it. Liquid, can they keep him alive? They can. Nisha's gonna be fine, and now they can turn slide chains on the Miro. Miro's dead. Liquid, they bail Nisha out of there beautifully. I mean, they're trying to just kind of jump in, throw everything down onto Hero, but even Nisha now at this point, they don't quite kill him.
Yep. He has the Shivas now.
They're going to get another Roche.
Yeah.
I mean, his objectives go so far this game. Liquid, well, they're 2 Tormentors and now on track for 2 Roshans.
Yep, getting everything.
I mean,
they can probably Tormentor too.
Can Bet Boom do anything about this? They don't have Mirror, they don't have Echo Slam. They're still looking for a fight. I don't know if they want to look for this. I think Bet Boom just have to stay away.
This is a really hard fight.
Yeah, Liquid's chasing them down. Pure's got to put the BKB. They get the catch on towards the bouncy as Save is left behind. Could at least give enough time for Pure to escape. The rest of Bet Boom can back off. And at this point, even though it's a close game on the numbers, everything does have to be kind of perfect for Bet Boom to take a fight into this. As at the moment, it just seems kind of the threat at the Ravage on this tide is just king in all of these situations.
It's a lot about the amount of damage Bet Boom team has compared to Liquid's HP. It almost feels like this is a single core draft for Bet Boom team, even though I know Shaker usually has this very high damage numbers, pretty absurd hero. It just doesn't feel versus Tide Tiny. They have so much HP. Ember has a Shiva's Guard, talking Yasha, so he's not going to go down.
Yeah, it's just the echoes we've seen this game. We've only like deleted heroes early on, right? And that's only just been the supports. You know, maybe Boxy gets blown up by an echo, but outside of that, none of these echoes seem to really have that much of an effect.
The damage dealt, the teams had very similar damages dealt. I just think that Liquid has more HP, so the damage numbers don't matter.
I'm making the jump over to Pure. Pure's got BKB back up in 3 seconds if he needs it for this fight. Might have to just leave Katami behind, stabilizes him, but the Ravage gets the opening on towards Pure. He's got to put the BKB on the tier. Jump over GPK with the Echo. This time it's enough for them to kill Nisha. Pure turns over towards Mickey. Mickey, of course, still incredibly tanky, though. Turns towards Saberlight. He's got the Kraken Shell helping him survive the damage for now. Forced to the side. They're looking to get him out of it. The arrow comes out from Insania. Catches onto Pure. Pure will be held back for now. Mickey standing his ground against Mira. Mira has to fly away. Bet Boom, do they really want to keep pushing into this? They do have the numbers advantage. There's no longer the threat at the Ravage, but even in this sort of circumstance, it's still proving to be not possible for Bet Boom to chase for further kills. They get the one, but they won't get anything more.
I think that was almost the best case situation for Bet Boom team. Bursting the Ember just at the very start of the fight. They do have to use a lot though. They're using Echo Slam just to kill him. They're using BKB on TA to survive. They're using BKB on Earthshaker to survive. And I just think the longer the fights are, it's usually going to be Bet Boom team running out of steam.
Liquid going to try and make a play here off the back of the Moonlight Shadow. Bet Boom team
kind of knows they're out. Well, BKB 30 seconds on Pure if they find him. He should just be out.
That's me. the toss forward. Anything to stop it. Not enough damage. Katomi will live. Gets all the info he needs to get out of there. Start working towards his next item. Pretty much that 6th one, looking for the silver edge on himself.
He kind of needs it to deal with Tidehunter. I don't. I'm just thinking of what he should buy. I think Silver Edge is. It makes sense for his Tide, but I don't think it'll be enough.
And nowadays, right, with the new active of the Kraken Shell, even if you get broken, if you press Kraken Shell, will you still be getting double, or will you be getting double nothing?
I think it'll be double nothing.
We'll have to see.
Unless there's a buff you get, it might just be a single instance of it. And instead of,
thinks Radiant's bottom tower is about
I think GPK should, or Pure should go Rapier.
You want to see big damage.
Honestly, I actually think he needs a Rapier.
He might. Honestly, in terms of carry players, Pure's pretty good at identifying when a Rapier is necessary. They get the opening. He was not expecting that one bit. Idly walking down the lane, and then surprise, suddenly an Echo Slam in the face, and you're dead.
It's the Bounty Hunter shard. You see it getting picked, just the hero getting picked in general a lot more recently, and the shard gets picked a lot. Invis on your whole team is insane. I think they also all stun off the first hit.
Liquid. Gonna try and get some revenge here for Nisha. Obviously with the chase down onto Save.
They just let Save die.
Yeah, Pure, he's already out. Goes for the TP away. The Save will be the only one to fall. And we'll see. I mean, I guess they don't have Nisha up at the moment, but they're probably going to soon be able to look for that third Tormentor. Liquid. Still just a very back and forth game.
Yep.
And it really is kind of gearing up to just who's going to have the better jump and control in the team fight, and then out of the two cores, is it going to be Pure able to get in a position and burst through a target, or is Mickey more likely to be able to get in and burst whoever they choose to jump? We see there, poor old Nisha, not expecting that one bit.
Doesn't feel like Betboom team is ahead in gold. Feeling the game out, right? The way they're playing is a lot of, they're trying to do pickoffs, they're trying to dodge these big team fights. And Liquid's behind in gold, but they're also not playing it. They're constantly pushing towers, going forward, being aggressive. Again, it's not too much of a gold lead, especially at 40 minutes. 2k gold is practically meaningless.
Yeah, it's close.
It's just the difference between the Tiny and the TA. And that's the entire lead.
Quit the refresher now on Saberlight, so ready with the double Ravages. Next big item's coming out where GPK's got the full Ags, Octarine, BKB online. They're just going to be looking towards the via AC next.
Never refuse gold given.
So he did go Silver Edge. I don't think the Silver Edge is bad, per se. I think it's definitely going to give them an opportunity to kill the Tidehunter. I'm mostly worried, I guess, about the Tiny. Coming to third. So Liquid has gotten everything.
Everything. Yeah, 3 Tormentors,
all Roshans.
2 Roshans. Which is kind of crazy, right? A team that's got 3 Tormentors, 2 Roshans. 41 minutes in, they're only 1k ahead.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of map objectives you've been able to get as a team, but which, if anything, just goes to show how efficient Betboom are with their sort of just what they get out of the map.
Yeah.
I mean, because you look at this, there's also, you know, Liquid got a set of barracks, but again, on the gold, it doesn't really show.
Radiant's middle tower is under.
Yeah, definitely, I think it's hard. I think it's generally just the team fight that Liquid has is what's winning them the game and losing them the net worth to some extent, because they know when they're grouped up, they get a fight as 5, they'll win every fight, but that also leads them to being grouped up a bit more than Betboom team. They're not doing this splitting game as much, and they don't have great individual catch, like I was saying earlier. So they're gonna always be smoked up as 5, looking for these big team fights, these big pickoffs. With Tiny as a carry, one team fight can just end the game.
That's very true. Yeah, base can die pretty quickly.
Pure has no buyback. Earthshaker, no buyback. Miro, no buyback. It's bounty. They get wiped, and then you're gonna say, save, guys. Save our fountain.
Saberlight.
It's all you.
He's in good position, but they're both under the cover of smokes. Steve's making the jump. But Saberlight's in. Oh, it's a good start. It's a beautiful 3-man Ravage. Cannot get back off the heels in time. He's not going to be able to get the second Ravage off immediately, trying to survive as he walks up the silence. The BKBs are out from Betboom. They're on the run, but Mickey's ready to chase. They get the chains connection on GPK. He has to panic. Echo. It's not going to do a lot for him as GPK's dead. Pure's gone. There's no buyback.
Oh.
Well, you know, that's just a celebratory Ravage to close up the game. Maybe, or at least close up a set of barracks, because they're pushing in. There's no buybacks.
If they know this, they can just throw it.
Yeah.
There's nothing that
Liquid's going to get a lot out of this. They don't have the gold.
Now they're going to realize, all right, guys, let's hit the throw and see what happens.
Well, there we have it. I mean, that's just it, right? Unless Liquid get kind of cold feet and start getting scared.
They have 2 ways in, so there's not going to be backdoor protection. All right, Mir, you got to do this.
Oh, I don't think he's going to do this. He's trying. But they could just hit the Ancient, close it up. Some kills on the way out, and there we have it. GG's called. Well, for a game, for the what, 40 minutes or so, stayed within like 2K, 3K gold difference. It really was, as you said, it was just over. Yeah, team fight.
One Ravage.
Tiny ends the game.
Yeah.
2 Ravages. Yeah, that little bonus Ravage to... That's the cherry on top, isn't it? You're just showing off, jumping high ground, popping a Ravage. I don't need to hit anyone with this because we've already won the game. That was a Chad Ravage, I'm sure, as the kids would say there from Saberlight.
Very intentional.
Yeah.
He probably just yelled bing bong.
Yep, jumped in, and then the next thing you know, victory.
The throne died.
Yeah.
1 Ravage.
Look at that.
1 throne dead.
I mean...